Welcome in to another episode of Farming Simulator 25 with me, the midlife Simster. Thanks for joining me once again on our trip through Hutan Pantai, episode 9 I think we are now. That is some impressive driving. Following on from the last episode, basically picking up straight away from it, so there's no kind of gap for editing, just carrying on. It dawned on me that the trailer or the truck, we had it in flatbed mode, didn't we? So just nipped it over to the garage, get the sides put back on that so we can use it for the harvest. A few little odds and bits and bobs. I was going to say the naughty word then, but I managed to refrain. Proud of myself. The only thing we definitely need to do just very quickly before what is going on before we start harvesting the crops is I'm just going to drop the eggs off to the just got to drop the eggs off over to the tin production so that can carry on getting the products out for us, getting the tin, was it noodle soup? Let's see, what have we got over here? Chickens, what have you managed to do for us since we last saw you? Not very much as usual, I imagine. 100 eggs. It's about 100 a day, I think, isn't it? Roughly there or thereabouts. I really do need to move that trailer, actually. That's quite annoying. It's only there because off camera, I can't even remember when, I basically nudged it and bumped into it. So we'll take those out of the respawn zone as well whilst we're here very quickly. Come on, eggs. Let's go a little bit further in. Right, now you can stay. Thank you. I don't regret this production at all. I do regret its placement and the way I've set the ramp up. Gonna go downhill to get into it because it is really annoying. It is very, very annoying, especially for someone like me who's not very good with the forks. Right, we'll just chuck these over here for now, just out of the way. There we go. That doesn't even look like we had them on the forks today. Interesting. Doesn't help again that it's an uneven surface, I suppose. Stay there, bud. Let's get these out of the way so we don't pierce the floor and get stuck again like I did the other day. There's still plenty of wood as well in the production on the far side of the farm over there, so I can just keep ticking away. We'll do a little bit of tree harvesting at some point when it's a little less to do, but right now the priority again is the getting the fields harvested and then any sort of field work that we need to do in terms of the liming and ploughing and whatnot. So cultivation and turning them over, ready for the next seed to go in. And then the question is what are we actually going to plant? Wait, it's been so long since we used it. I can't remember where I hid the harvester. It was over here, isn't it? There it is. I definitely think, I'm keen to do a green bean or something like that. I'm gonna put a straw swath down off the back of this harvest. Tempted if we maybe gotta make a bit of a quick decision really. If we take a straw swath off these oats and then replant oats again in both of these fields, and then the wheat field we could take a straw swath from, I suppose, as well, but then reuse that then as the alternative field because it's massive. And if we plant like a very expensive one that's going to turn us over a bit more money, like green bean, then we probably make more money there. And then if we do get any animals and still need straw, then we've still got the option because we've got the oats over here for the swath for next year. Maybe that's the sensible option. Enable straw swath. Thanks very much. I'd like to harvest you, my friend. I think we're only going to need one. I don't see us needing more than that. Get it done. Okay, that's the oats done and dusted at least. 2 little fields, giving us a total of 6,721 litres of oats. So, in theory, if we keep hold of them for a little while, at their absolute best price, do some quick, grab my phone and do a little bit of quick maths here. So if we were looking at 18, what was it saying? 1857 is the absolute best price. And we get 6.7. It's not much, is it? 12,440 odd pounds, basically, for those 2 little fields worth of oats. So the question is do we just utilize them instead for our productions, so we can keep making flour, potentially down the line, maybe animals or something else. I don't know. I'll give that a little bit of thought, because that's, although a good yield in terms of the amount that we've got out of those 2 fields, it's not masses of money, is it? So whereas we can make a lot of more money off the productions, and then we can base level crop like that. Certainly that crop anyway. But of course we've got the straw, so we need to get our hands on a baler sooner rather than later to go and deal with all of that. But now is the big one. And I'll need to remember as well. That was interesting. Did I just do that to that grass, or was that like always like that? It just happens that I stopped in front of it. We'll need to remember that the chickens will need some of this, so I can't get rid of it all in the winter. I almost guarantee that I will completely forget about that. Right, I think I'm going to put this on a worker initially. Whilst I get the truck down here and we get ourselves sorted. Doesn't matter how you line it up, I always seem to find that they always have to find their own way into the field and how they like to do it. They do struggle with headlands, the AI, that's for sure. So okay. Okay, that's going to be a really horrific jump. I'm very, very sorry. We've had some issues. So first off, the game crashed and I don't do automatic saves. So I lost about an hour and a half's worth of real game time. So luckily the recording saved, which was great. Went back, redid it all. But then through my own mistake, had an issue then with the recording at the point that I caught up. So all you've missed is me just driving over from the field, basically, dropping off the rest of the wheat, and then I was kind of rattling on about various different things that I'll try and remember what I was talking about. So we got 26,719 litres in here. We had 3,004 previously, so the best part of 23,000. So I'm going to try and go back and look back over to see what we took out of that field originally. I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's got to be at least double that we managed that time with all the work we put into it. We've got our work cut out now, so we're going to have to go and harvest and pick up, sorry, all the leftover straw from the swathing. I know it's not of any particular value, but it will be for us if we go down the animal route in the future. Talking of which, let's jump into construction very quickly. We haven't got anywhere to put the bales though. I would like to have something to at least make it a little bit more realistic. The problem is I don't know where I put it. I want to get rid of that and I want to put animals there. If I'm honest, I want to destroy that and put the massive, where is it? £79,000 chicken farm in there. Get that full of chickens and get them producing eggs like the clappers. As good as these productions are when you're starting out, I think it's actually going to be more beneficial to go and buy bigger productions at the higher cost when we start turning over a bit of money, which will probably be another year or so. Especially if this thing can start churning out money for us. And then it's just a case then of what we're going to do next and where we're going to put what. So a little bit of thinking to do, a little bit of effort that's going to have to go in. We're going to have to work quick now to turn these fields over. Because I obviously want to plough this, make this, extend this field considerably. I'd love to do a proper different crop like sugar beet, but the equipment is just so expensive that at the moment it doesn't make any sense. So we've got to go with what we've got really and try and keep it realistic. So I think it's going to have to be probably a green bean crop rather than anything else. The harvest is going to stay in the silo for now. We're going to use it to keep feeding the grain mill and feeding our 20 little chickens who are very, very slowly producing some eggs. Our greenhouse is going to keep churning out the produce there. So just a little bit of work to do. What I want to do just very quickly is just nip down to, out of interest, I want to visit this bakery. Star Trekker. The Iron Plough live in concert. Cool. The signs in this game are brilliant. It's very very Grand Theft Auto, but just a bit more appropriate, I suppose. Ultimate Chewy. Okay. So, how much is this? So it's the 150, same as if we just put it on our own bit of land, but I quite like that it's in the town. This is the next goal, I think. Depending on how quick we can turn the produce over, certainly within the next year or two, I'd like to own this. And really start, and if we can get enough flour kind of being produced, then bread might be a good option for us. I don't know, but either way, we've got to work it out. First things first, we're going to have to pick up the swath off that field. Let's have a quick look at the sale. There's nothing there. Oh, you'll see that the sale is obviously different because the stupid game crashed. And therefore, the new save brings up different things. There's nothing there for us. We can't really use any of these. 615 horsepower. I can only dream of that at the moment. So the question is, in terms of then harvester, what do we use? Sorry, not harvester. Baler. I'd love to use a square baler, but they're just so expensive. You know, it's just, and as again, the horsepower is going to be an issue for us. So that's the only one we could realistically try and drag behind us. I'm not going to do it with the tiny one. And when you look at that, what are we looking at? £8,000 just for that. So I think it's going to have to be a round baler, but that then might afford us a bit of a luxury. There's no point going for that one because it's got the silage option on it. We're not wrapping. We're just, I'd love to do grass, but we're not there yet. We don't have the fields. So then it just comes down to what are the differences. And I genuinely have got no idea what the differences are between any of these, other than a couple of grand. There's got to be something in it, but that does 180. I mean, those don't even do 180s. So I think I'd rather go with one of these at, it's only 3.8 tons versus 5 tons. We take that standard net. We're not doing a film binding. We're not doing empty. So we're doing a standard net in. And if we can knock up these at the 180 centimeters. Yes. Okay. We shall leave behind our little winch. Head off to the shop. Right then. Let's get to work. I'll speak at this. Before I leave you though, I'll just give a quick disclosure. If there's any random noises or the mic gets like, as if it's been knocked or anything, following on from a little bit of a bad night last night, I've got the baby on my lap, absolutely fast asleep, catching up on their sleep, which is lovely for them. Not so great for us as mum and dad, but hey ho, the joys of having children. So just a quick public service announcement in case there's any random squawks. I will try and edit anything out that makes it on, but there we are. Right, I'll see you very shortly. I was hoping we might just get another bale out of this. That's why I was kind of making sure I mopped up all the little bits and bobs, but no, I don't think we're close enough. We're not going to find another 30%, do we? So I don't think. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. So if I now... We're all done with you, my friend. Thank you very much. Quite painless, that, to be fair. All 3 fields sorted, which is good. And of course, I completely forgot, obviously we're playing seasons, so we're not putting any, we don't put oats in until March and April, so we've got plenty of time on that, on that side of things. And then in terms of either, like if we do a soybean, again, that's April or May. Even if we went with the green beans or any of the new stuff, like, you know, spinach, whatever it might be. Again, the machines are going to cost too much, so I don't think we can go that way, but I think soybeans are probably the way to go with what we're looking to achieve. But we can't plant them again till April, May, so we've got plenty of time to get these fields in order. And I'd probably argue that our best bet is to actually not do anything with these fields for now. Try and save up as much money as we can. See if we can get any better equipment in the sales. And then kind of go from that side of things, really. Maybe do a couple of other contracts when you look at what's out there at the moment. The harvesting ones naturally give us a lot of money, but they're a pain. The peas and stuff. The oat one will be a lot easier. You could smash through that, but it's only $2,000. Let's have a look at peas, spinach. I mean, you could do a few of these, like those 3 contracts there, all with the same machinery. Easy 20-odd thousand pounds there, but it just takes so long. Ploughing contracts, I mean, especially field 9. That's, you know what, that's really, yeah, okay. We're gonna do that. We're gonna borrow those items. We've got 8 hours to. 8 hours. What did it say? Yeah, 8 hours to get that done. So we can do that today. No drama at all. We could even potentially do that one as well, couldn't we? Because it's basically right next to it. And we won't need to borrow the items because we've got them. So go on then. We'll set a worker off on those, I think. So I'll set that worker sorting that out for us on this rather cool looking thing. Hang on a minute. What? Well, that's quite the graphic bug, isn't it? Because the track disappears. Right, we'll discuss some of the issues in of this game, I think, in more depth in the next episode, but we'll leave it there, I think, for now. Look, if you have enjoyed this episode, then please do give it a like and a subscribe so you can see what's working. If you've got any thoughts, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I promise I will actually respond to you. And until next time, be happy, stay safe, and we'll speak again soon. Take care.